Alright, so what we have here is a fairly complicated looking chart. Alright, there's two building blocks that we're going to learn first. That is the stack of 3 long and the stack of 2 long. This one used to be called the stack of 3 short, or S3S, because all we were dealing with was the it was still in line mode there, right there. All we were dealing with was this stack of 3 short, which is a pentatonic scale: 2, 3, 5, 6, root 2. Now that is the Dorian pentatonic scale. It sounds like a jazz chord, something that I was given a book by my brother, older brother, gave me a book when I was about 16, which would have been way back in 1974, a long time ago, right? 40, 50 years ago. 50 years ago. So I've been looking at this stuff, for a long time, but I didn't know what it was, that it was a pentatonic scale. It just said whenever you see C, play this instead. It's like it was just a substitution. When I say D minor, play this. And it's a lot of memorization. You're not really learning the system, what's going on here. So that's your S3S, and this is your S2L. And you take these guys and you use them to build these pentatonic scales, right? So I can copy this one, and want to put it on top of this. We've got to make sure, okay, 6 is going to go to 2 because it's going to be a perfect fourth. So we would just put it right here. Adjust a little bit for for aesthetic value, so it looks like it fits in. It doesn't look like it's it looks like it's part of a fretboard there, and so on and so on. We would build that and then another one underneath it like this. Same deal. Right, like that, fit it in, and we're building a pattern board here. These are the building blocks of pentatonic scales. If we had all perfect fourths tuning, okay, and I've done this, I've actually tuned the guitar to all perfect fourths so that it sounds like this when you do open notes. And when I did that, I found that everything was E-shaped. E was E-shaped, but then A was E-shaped. And even D was E-shaped. Everything is E-shaped. And now it has to be a chord shape that's formed on the first 4 strings. Okay, so that G-shaped chord down here, then a fourth up from that would also be G-shaped, not C-shaped. So you wouldn't hit this C up here, the C one that you put your pointer finger on. You wouldn't hit that. It would be G-shaped. Okay, and then a fourth up from that. So G would be G-shaped, but then C would be G-shaped, and then F would be G-shaped. Alright, so that I didn't like, so I had to quickly down tune my guitar so it sounded like this, so I could play guitar again. But the patterns, the way they're built right here, if we did down tune those patterns, let's say I down tune these notes. So I'm going to down tune this guitar a second. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to up tune the top 2 strings instead of like down tune the bottom 4. Okay, so now what do we got? If I put the capo on, now the grid notes are nil. Only the first 4 strings here are correct. Now everything else is wrong. The top 2 strings are wrong here, but it sounds like this. Okay? So it sounds like the beginning of that. It was a television show. I think it was a Beatles show, but it could have been I'm pretty sure it was a Beatles cartoon. Remember it would start like this? Remember that show? It was a cartoon. It might have been the Monkees, but I'm pretty sure it was the Beatles. So now I can play this pattern here as it's written. As it's written. Okay, I can take the capo off to make it a little easier and just go like this. You see? But it's now, the regular guitar isn't going to work. It'll sound terrible. Watch what happens if I go to a regular A. Uh-oh. Only the bottom 4 strings work. So we'll put the guitar back to where it was. Okay, so we're back to where it was. Uh-oh. Call the tuning police. So I haven't lost my sense of humor. But really, hey, I'm semi-retired. Why not do this? Okay, so we built this city here. All right. Now I'm going to take to change this back, and we'll remove the drawing tool for a second. So the drawing tool didn't go away because we're not in cursor mode. We don't have cursor control of that drawing tool. There. Keyboard control rules. So we got these 2 patterns that I just demonstrated we're going to use to make pentatonic scales. Okay. This is all you need to know for pentatonic scales. To be able to do this, to be able to go that on the piano, starting on that C note, which is root, so we have to start on the E note. Okay, now it's kind of weird because I was doing it in the wrong key. I'd have to do it, let's say, in D. D, good old D. Good old D. So it'd be starting on first inversion E shape, okay, and then we go to the the first inversion. That was root. The first inversion would be the C shape goes to A shape, right? And then the second inversion goes to G shape. Alright, the third inversion of the pentatonic goes to E shape. I think we did this wrong. But you get the main idea. I got mixed up there because we shouldn't be at the E shape. Again, we started at the E shape because we want like this.